using the $5 commission fee that was the past, you were paying 5% of your trade just to get into it. And then you'd also have to pay 5% to get out. There's not a single person on the planet who can trade well enough under that structure to be able to make money.
Tobias, so you started as in hedge funds and investment banking. Tell us about that kind of journey from that world to startup entrepreneur.
My journey actually started back in college when I sort of haphazardly stumbled into a speech that a very prominent hedge fund manager was giving at Cox School of Business at SMU, where I went to college. And it was 2008, and I will never forget it. It was just this most fiery speech that was basically telling all of us how screwed we were and how the world was ending. And this guy had the global financial crisis nailed, and he was talking about, mortgage defaults and all this stuff that I had no idea what it was, but I was just so impacted by, the veracity of his speech that I went up to him afterwards and basically said, "Hey man, I have no idea what you just said, but I would love to intern for you. I'll do it for free. I'll do it for free. Just like, let me start working." So that ended up leading to an internship at one of the funds in Dallas that he had given some money to as a seed investment. And I actually started my trading journey in college. So all the way through college, I was working a couple days a week at a small hedge fund down there. Ended up turning that into an internship in New York at Goldman Sachs. And I started full time at Morgan Stanley. And when I started at Morgan Stanley, it was an unbelievable time to come into the industry because social media was just becoming this investable asset class. So the firm was taking companies like Facebook and Groupon and Pandora and Snapchat, like everything was going public. And no one on the trading desk was under the age of 40 and really understood these businesses and knew anything about them. In fact, most people were extremely bearish on them because Friendster had come and gone and MySpace had come and gone. So like the prevailing narrative in the industry was that social media was this flash in a pan thing. So when I raised my hand and asked to cover these stocks from an analyst standpoint, they gave them to me expecting the industry to kind of blow up and for me to learn my first tough lesson on Wall Street. I was fortunate that didn't happen. I've been focused on social media investing ever since. Went to a hedge fund called Oxif, where I was focused on social media, fintech, consumer-oriented internet and payments, which got me into crypto. And then I ran the desk at Barclays for about 5 years.
And what do you feel about the critics of Robinhood and what happened over the pandemic where they stopped the trades? Then people realized, they make money elsewhere. They give out the trading tools for free, but they make money with the big hedge funds. What do you think about all that? And is that a way that you're also going to make money selling data?
Well, I obviously started a platform to compete directly with Robinhood. So I think there's a much better way to do what they ultimately are doing, which is providing a retail trading service. But in terms of what they've been able to accomplish inception to date, they got 20 million people involved in financial markets for the first time that probably otherwise would never have been involved in financial markets. And they took an industry standard, which was a $5 equity trade. So basically you had to pay $5 for every trade that you made, down to zero. So that is without a doubt a massive benefit to the net user. So to the end user. So how did they accomplish that? They're doing it through payment for order flow. And if you look at the data, it would definitely confirm that this is the best way for retail trading to happen. It's free for the user. It ends up being more liquidity, tighter spreads, and it doesn't take like a large portion of what should be allocated to the asset to pay the commission. So if you think about the average user having something in the neighborhood of under $100 ticket size, which means every order that they're placing is for $100 or less, using the $5 commission number, the $5 commission fee that was the past, you're paying 5% of your trade just to get into it. And then you'd also have to pay 5% to get out. There's not a single person on the planet who can trade well enough under that structure to be able to make money. So now we've moved to a payment for order flow model where you have more liquidity, lower fees, there's zero. And that's a good thing for end users. So that's the model that we employ as well.